coming up tonight on KSL Outdoors.
Okay, another one. Oh, John's got one.
We'll show you a spot in southeastern Idaho where you can ice some cokes.
Beautiful.
Plus, some sights and sounds by snowmobile. I'm Adam Eakle, and let's go fishing.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eakle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to KSL Outdoors. I'm Adam Eakle. Hey, tonight we have a really cool show for you. We're going to take you to a reservoir that we've never fished before, and we're going to try and fish for a species through the ice we've never caught through the ice before. And we're also going to take you on a great snowmobiling ride just a few hours from the Wasatch Front. First though, we had to stop off here at our friends from Trax Power Sports Rentals here in Provo, pick up a couple sleds.
Renting machines is a great deal for most people that ride them, and you don't have to worry about storing them, you don't have to worry about maintaining them. You just come and drop it off when you're done. We rent snowmobiles, we rent side-by-sides. We've got the side-by-sides with the snow tracks on them. In the summertime we also rent boats, jet skis, and four-wheelers as well. You get the trailer, you get everything included that you need to. We've also got accessories if you need helmets and snow gear, or if you need gear for the boat, we rent all that. We even rent a rescue package, which includes your beacon, probe, and the shovel, all packed nicely in a backpack.
All right, Taylor, we looked tight, ready to go. We're gonna go ice fishing. We'll see you in a couple days.
Sounds good, we'll see you.
All right, I'll see you up there.
We're headed to beautiful southeastern Idaho. Our goal, to catch Kokanee salmon through the ice, and our first destination is Ryrie Reservoir, located just east of Idaho Falls.
Well, before we go snowmobiling, we're actually going to go ice fishing with a local fishing legend here in Idaho. His name is Bill Schiess. Let's go meet him.
This is the best kokanee fishing in the state, I believe, right now.
And this is Bill Schiess, a retired school teacher, journalist, and a world-renowned fly fisherman who literally wrote the book on fishing Henry's Lake.
I'll drill this one.
And Bill is also an avid ice fisherman. He fishes Ryrie about 3 times a week.
I fish this in the summer probably once or twice a week. In the wintertime I fish most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I just enjoy getting out. It beats the heck out of TV.
Bill deploys 5 Kokanee rigged rods, all at different depths, to maximize his fishing efforts.
And when the kokanee come in, they come in a big group, and they just color the screen red. If they come in between 20 and 30 feet, I will jig these 2 rods. If they come in deeper, I'll jig these rods.
Holy crud. Look at them all. Big school.
Come on, baby.
Come on, eat it. There he is, little perch. But hey, it's a fish. The bite, maybe the bite's turning on. Oh no, it's kokanee.
Clear on the bottom, huh?
I thought it was perch. I caught it on a Haley. What the heck? That's the first kokanee I've ever iced. Look at that little guy, a little silver bullet up here in Idaho. He's gonna go home to the Camp Chef smoker and make some awesome dinner.
There he is.
Kokanee run in schools, so when the fish come through, it's all hands on deck.
Oh, John's got one. Okay, another one.
Bill doesn't waste a second when the bite is on. Once he gets the fish to the surface, he throws his rod, fish and all, and keeps on trucking.
And I jig them vigorously because when they're dropping, they're taken. It's about the size that we're catching right now. Beautiful silver-sided kokanee.
You get one? Hey, that's a good one. Hey, this one's on the buckshot. Little perch. All right, how's that possible? I got a perch onto my buckshot, which is supposed to be a kokanee lure, and a kokanee on my Haley jig, which is supposed to be a perch lure. What am I doing wrong, Bill? I'm catching fish.
Just remember, fish are like women, they change their mind often.
Well, Mike, we're catching a few, and we got some down there right now messing with us. It's nice. There's very few people out here right now. Got the place to ourselves.
I know, not like when we started.
It's not like Echo has been the last month or so catching all those perch. You can come up here and actually have a little elbow room. Hey, more here from Ryrie in a moment, but first, let's check out this week's climate quiz question.
Later in the show, we'll take you to the headwaters of the Henry's Fork River. The river is named after famed fur trader Andrew Henry, who entered the Snake River Plateau in the early 1800s. Our climate quiz question is, who was Andrew Henry employed by when he led an exploration of the West in 1809? Now, if you know the answer, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer, and while you're at it, give us a like. We'll then randomly select and announce a winner on our Facebook page the following week. The winner set to walk away with a Climate Static V sleeping pad. Climate, comfortable, rugged, and lightweight. KSL Outdoors will be right back to the Yellowstone Teton Territory.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Climate, Intermountain Wind and Solar, the Cabins at Bear River Lodge, Trax Power Sports Rentals, and Camp Chef.
Yeah, I got it.
Perch or
Coke, I think.
nice.
Welcome back to southeastern Idaho. So, why would you make the drive from the Wasatch Front to come fish here? In a word, opportunity.
Well, we have, right here in our backyard, obviously, we have Ryrie Reservoir here that we're fishing just close to Idaho Falls. We also have the South Fork of the Snake River, pretty famous stretch of river. We also have Henry's Fork, famous stretch of river to go fish as well. And then, we have Henry's Lake, and then you head over towards Mackey area, we have more high mountain lakes and smaller creeks over there. Utah's got a lot of great opportunities and things there, but I think we just don't have the population base that Utah has. And here in this valley, you have lakes and rivers and creeks, and you just have it all. You really do.
Huge bunch of fish.
Yeah, we stocked about 300,000.
Kokanee, Smokanee. Oh, and he got off right in the hole.
A little over 300,000 kokanee in here a year.
They're from top to bottom. They're from 15 feet down to all the way to 70.
So there's plenty of opportunity for people to come out here and fish and troll and ice fish and get into them.
Whoa, he came off.
We also stock the rainbows in here, about 10,000 or so every year in here.
Okay, what I'm doing is reeling these up to, these were at 40 feet and I'm reeling them up to the 20-foot depth.
In addition to the kokanees and rainbows, Ryrie is also a good summer smallmouth fishery. There's also a few lake trout and a great population of
Perch. Oh, good perch. Healthy. Fatty.
They're up to 8, 9, 10, 11 inches in this reservoir, but we get a lot. When I set nets in the fall here, we get 2,000, 3,000 perch in our nets. There's plenty of perch out here.
There he is.
Bill is catching more than double the amount of kokanee than the rest of us. His setup is simple. He uses a pink Swedish pimple tipped with gulp maggots, and he pre-baits more lures on extra rods so that when he catches a fish, he can just chuck it and drop another.
There's fish.
We're catching the koke suspended 20 to 40 feet over 70 feet of water. Jigging vigorously is important as kokanee are territorial and are striking our lures out of aggression. The kokes come in waves. If you don't see them for a while, don't worry, they'll be back.
If people have a desire to learn how to do this, they know where they can find me. Right here on the west side of Ryrie Reservoir in about 60 feet of water. And anybody that wants to learn about it, they can come out and I'll show them. In fact, I've probably given away more pink Swedish pimples than I care to believe.
The kokanee limit is 15 and ice anglers are only allowed to fish the first 1 mile of Ryrie Reservoir above the dam.
I got something.
If you do come, you'll find reasonable hotel rates in nearby Idaho Falls and plenty of elbow room to come and enjoy yourself.
Hey, there's a dandy.
Coming up, we take you on a 90-mile snowmobile ride and we'll show you the sights and sounds of the Henry's Fork River. But first, back to Salt Lake to the guys at Fish Tech for tonight's fishing report.
Hey, George Summer here with Fish Tech Outfitters, and we're talking about safety and comfort on the ice. There's still, some soft edges. There's springs in a lot of places. Late in the season when you go out, we want you to be safe. A throw cushion's a good, quick, easy way to be safe. You can kneel on it. A throw device to help pull somebody in. At the very least, have some rope with you. Ice picks, so that if you fall in, you can pull yourself out. If the ice is really slick, you need a pair of cleats. For comfort, you can get sunburned out ice fishing, so have some sunscreen with you. If you forget the sunscreen, there's stuff to help ease the pain of a sunburn. Socks, gloves, hats, and hand warmers and toe warmers are all good things to have to help make that fishing trip enjoyable. Don't forget sunglasses. The sun can dry out your eyes. It's always a good idea to have a good pair of polarized sunglasses while you're out fishing. Stay safe out there. For tips and techniques like these and many others, stop in and see us at Fish Tech Outfitters. And now for tonight's fishing line.
Welcome back to KSL Outdoors, back here in Idaho. I'm Adam Eakle. Well, you can't come up to Idaho, especially in the winter, and not come to Island Park and go snowmobiling. So that's what we do. We got a bunch of people, most of them from Utah. In fact, we're gonna go see some sights that I've actually never seen before. Let's go. Where are we headed?
We're gonna head Stamp Meadows, so we're gonna head back down towards Robin's Roost. And then we'll head across Stamp Meadows Trail, back to the west, head down into what they call the Shotgun area. And then we'll cross back over the Henry's Fork.
Jason and his wife Holly have a cabin in the area and say they purchased their getaway in part because of the great snowmobile riding that Island Park is famous for.
We probably spend more time up here in the winter than we do during the summer.
Why's that?
Snowmobiling. It's quiet. There's something surreal about being out in the snow. There's over 740 miles of groomed snowmobile trails. So then all those trails you can access all the backcountry stuff you want, and you can play wherever.
You couldn't ask for a better day to go snowmobiling.
So this is the upper Mesa Falls. There's an upper and a lower falls. The upper is really just one large waterfall, and the lower falls is a series of tiered waterfalls.
It's just peaceful and beautiful and get away from everything.
Kids like it up here?
I love it.
Yeah, you can see anything up here. Lots of moose still live up here all winter long, so you can go see those on the upper part of the Henry's Fork.
There's actually a lot of wildlife that lives year-round on the Henry's Fork of the Snake River, in part because this water is a constant 52 degrees. Here at Big Springs, where the Henry's Fork starts, is also where you can see one of the most photographed sites in Island Park. This is the Johnny Sack Cabin. Johnny built his cabin at Big Springs in 1929. 50 years later, the cabin became part of the National Register of Historic Places.
Yeah, if somebody wants to bring their family up here, between $70 and $150 a night, you can get a pretty nice cabin. Bring your whole family up for a night, 2 nights. The nice thing is from the Ogden area in Utah, it's 4 hours, door to door, jump in the car, come up on a Friday after work, spend Saturday, Sunday, go home Sunday night.
That's what we did. We stayed at Drift Lodge. The cabins were great, warm, and only about $90 a night. There's also plenty of really nice restaurants just down the road.
We have 11 cabins here. We have 2 more that we manage that are over on Henry's Lake on Staley Springs. It's a full service fly shop. So anything and everything you need for fly fishing.
Mike is also a fishing guide on Henry's and Sheridan Lake, as well as inside Yellowstone.
When do you think it's a good time to come up here?
Oh, end of June, middle of June, towards middle of July. Big bug hatches. Up here, it's good fishing all the time. There's always something happening. We have so many waters that we can always find you something.
Hey, this is a neat place to come out, and don't forget, the winter time is a great time. There's very few people here, and the rates are reasonable, pretty reasonable for food and lodging. Hey, we'll have more here from Idaho here in just a moment, but first, down a different trail in tonight's Utah Field Guide.
Just outside of Idaho Falls, below Palisades Dam, is one of the best wild trout fisheries in the United States. The 64-mile-long South Fork of the Snake River is home to wild rainbow, brown, and cutthroat trout that thrive along this waterway. Few rivers in the lower 48 provide a fishing experience that can match the South Fork. The spectacular scenery and the ample angling opportunity is why this stretch is known as one of the best dry fly rivers in North America. While the best dry fly season on the South Fork is from July to August, good fishing can be found year-round. The South Fork can be wade fished, but the best way to enjoy this scenic river is by boat. In addition to the fishing, the mountains, the towering canyon walls, and cottonwood forests lining the banks, you'll be treated to a rich diversity of wildlife. Bald eagles and ospreys nest nearby. Whooping cranes fly overhead, and moose, deer, and even bear are often seen around the river. For more information on anything found in southeastern Idaho, including the South Fork of the Snake River, check out Yellowstone Teton.org.
Well, I think they said there's about a 100% chance of snow. They were right. Coming down here a little bit, it's still beautiful weather, beautiful time out here just outside of Island Park. Okay, let's head back home now to Kevin in the weather department to check that recreation forecast. Welcome back to KSL Outdoors, back here in Idaho. I'm Adam Eakle. What an iconic shot, huh? Got a cow moose here in the background of big springs. We got mallards, geese, and of course, beautiful scenery up here. Hey, if you're looking for some ideas to get your family into the outdoors, you can always check our outdoors calendar page right there on our website at ksltv.com. That's pretty spectacular. Mesa Falls, 114 feet here on the Henry's Fork of the Snake River. A beautiful sight in the winter, and I'll bet even in the summer. When you get a chance to come out here, make sure to take a few pictures, submit a few to our contest. You might walk away with our big prize from Cam Chef. Now back to you for the best of the week, our Snapshot of the week.
We kick it off with Tyler's Lucky Charm. It seems that every time Tyler takes his son Nofo out ice fishing, the kid hauls in the big one. This trip was no exception as Nofo landed this 2-pound bow out of Rockport. Dad has now dubbed the kid the Fish Whisperer. This is how Debbie talked her husband into going to D.C., a fishing trip on the Potomac in kayaks. Her nephew David White, an ex-Utah football player, is in the red kayak, of course, and her cougar-loving husband was sporting blue. Austin says he had a great time at this year's Burbot Bash. This is his brother-in-law, Tyler Holbrook, who caught the biggest burbot of the tournament and took home first place and some cash. To top it off, Tyler's reel broke while reeling in this 9.3-pound beast of a burbot. The duo is already excited for next year's bash. Justin had one of those epic days up at Strawberry. He completed what he calls the Strawberry Slam. He caught cutthroat, rainbows, even a coke through the ice. The big fish of the day, however, was this 24-inch, 6.9-pound slop buster. A perfect day Justin shared with his dad and cousin. And finally, our winner tonight built a custom rifle for his once-in-a-lifetime hunt. Kelly Busenbark drew a desert sheep tag in the Caparowitz unit and bagged a dandy. With his wife Brooke and his friend Bill by his side, Kelly made a perfect 500-yard uphill shot to drop this 170 class ram in his tracks. Kelly says the thrill of the hunt is something that he'll remember for a long time. And to help him remember, we're sending Kelly our big prize for having the Snapshot of the Week. Don't forget to submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins the new Pro 60X 2-burner stove with two 30,000 BTU burners, matchless ignition, and a 3-sided windscreen. Plus, the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
Build your outdoor kitchen with Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. How far did we go today?
Right at 90 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good jaunt, yeah. Clear to Mesa Falls. back all the way up through Meadow Creek and then back to the lodge again.
A little boondocking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Boondocking. A little wildlife, swans, ducks,
Yeah.
moose,
Whitetails.
whitetails in the river. Yeah.
And some crazy lady like laying down
Laying
all
down
over
in
the
the
place.
snow.
What were you doing? You kept falling down.
Comic relief.
Is that what it was? You
Can't-
were just,
Somebody's got to do it.
you're just acting.
Yep.
Cameraman rolling off their sleds down the hill. A great time.
And if people want to come up and go fishing, get a hold of you now.
Yeah, especially for room.
Okay.
Sooner the better. Just give us a call and we'll get you set up.
And you'll be at this year's ISE show.
We will.
Good deal. We'll get up here. It's a great time of year in the winter to come up and visit Idaho. And don't forget to come up. You're just a stone's throw away from old Yellowstone and West Yellowstone, just down the road. I'm Adam Eakle, KSL Outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.